Hey everyone, it's your stoner professor here. I'm down here at Commerce Court, and you can see behind me they're getting all the trees all decorated in preparation for what looks to be a virtual Christmas, which is of course very unsatisfying, as is any kind of virtual Halloween. And I hope the children had fun tonight. I hope it was a good night, a good Halloween night, that they found some way to have a lot of fun, have a very special and meaningful night. And for everybody else, if maybe take time to ghost dance if you like. Well, I say don't believe anyone, not even me. But I've been dancing out here, and I've been singing my songs. I just sang the traveling song here, and I used my stick that I found. I just found it down there at the harbor front. Yeah. It's a very good stick. It feels like a very powerful stick. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might decorate it up somehow. We have to make our own ceremony, so this is kind of how I make mine. I walk around talking to myself, and I do my ceremony in symbolic places, such as the financial district, because, look at all around us here, eh? This is the problem right here, is greed. Yeah. Everybody wants to be wealthy, and I think that the people, a lot of people are worried about a coming possible economic collapse. Well, you can be damn sure there's going to be an economic collapse, but the thing is that finance is just a story, it's a story that's told, and everyone believes it's the only reality, but of course there are many realities. And we had a thriving economy in this land before these people came here. And they outlawed one of there's a practice from the West Coast. Oh, they had a highly developed legal system and a highly developed system of laws. And one of them was that every now and again they would have a potlatch where people gave away stuff. They just gave away. So it was a rebalancing of society. Let's start again to where everybody's all the same. I'd like to get someone who knows that story to tell it to you on the podcast. And but for now, you just have to take it from me. It was a very healthy thing to have in a society. It prevented greed from getting out of control, which is what we're seeing now. And really, when people are fighting against each other right now, the real enemy is greed. We've had enough of greed and self-interest, and it's time to bring back kindness and generosity. And kindness and generosity is the law of this land. And also we had a very equitable financial system. At its most advanced, I would say, is the potlatch. And it's no mistake that Johnny Mack, that guy, the first headman of this province, this is basically England and Canada, and the financial system of England and the legal system of England were imported into this land, and it's proven to be very inequitable. And right now there's a redistribution of wealth going on, and you can see that a lot of people, remember about the pyramid, right? A lot of people at the bottom of that pyramid, bottom tiers, a lot of bottom tiers are going to fall out. A lot of people are going to fall off the success ladder very soon, and it's going to be very difficult for people. But, that's part of the hell. There's all the death that's going to happen among the older people and some younger people too. But there's also, what was I saying? Somebody's just kind of invading my space. Yeah, you know how that is, eh? I just like to sit here and talk to myself. And I like to talk to myself anyway, so until I find someone to talk to, then and I've been listening to a lot of music. I should pass on some of the tunes that I'm listening to. But I'm down here, and I was singing the Strong Women song that came on. And that seemed to be a pretty suitable song to be singing here down at Commerce Court. Because we have to rejig the system here. There's too many people suffering, and there's a lot more people going to be suffering when that market collapses. when the market collapses, then they won't be able to deny that we're in a depression, but we kind of already are. We're already seeing so many people losing their jobs, left, right, and center. And that's going to continue. It's going to get a lot worse. And then, when the market collapses, there's going to be great panic. There are so many businesses down here closing. So, like, the thing is that there are so many people already hurting. And all of those people, everybody needs to be taken care of. I say we start with the most vulnerable. But we have to include people like, there's a lot of small businesses that have gone bankrupt. They've had to close up shop. Some treasured monuments, that added character to neighborhoods here that have had to close. There are so many big companies, small companies. A lot of people are hurting, and what tends to happen is because the bosses of this land are also have always, right from the start, been very closely connected with the financiers, the financial wizards of England, and then the ones that came here and did quite well, the financial wizards, and that they would be people like here, bankers, They're very closely tied with the decision makers in this, and the whole system is based on greed, and there's no outlet for it. Like I know in the Bible it says something about a year of Jubilee, and that would be great. A year of Jubilee where you cancel everybody's debt. Cancel everybody's debt. Stop paying your mortgages. Stop paying everything. And we can do this. They're going to have to rejig the system, but it's very possible to do this. Oh, should I go on about this right now? Well, you see, right now, here I guess I might as well, since I'm in the banking district, I might as well go on about it now. The current financial system is based on the idea of this rock. This certain yellow rock, and some, other types of rocks too, but just this certain yellow type of rock primarily, and it's sort of taken as the root of value. And then out of that comes spinning all kinds of financial wizardry that takes all kinds of different shapes. But and that's why it's possible for it to be am I gonna lose my train of thought now? So all of the financial wizardry and how much money can be made just by having money. Money makes money, and poverty makes poverty. And right now is what's going to happen is there's going to be a deepening of the gulf between the rich and the poor. But there is another system, and it can be easily done. It can be done through the idea of Bitcoin. Bitcoin it dispenses with the need for gold. It dispenses with the need for gold. You just start with zero. I recommend that you check out Robert Breedlove, Breedlove. Robert Breedlove. Yeah, on Twitter. He has some, he'll teach you. He knows a lot about this. But this is a way we can get away from this this idea of gold being, this idea of the pyramid. Bitcoin allows for us to have, to start with zero and to bring the circle into the financial system. So that's very possible. But it has to start with a jubilee, a year of jubilee, as it says in the Bible. So there's precedent for this, and a year of jubilee where we cancel everybody's debt. Let's start with the student debt. We'll start there and cancel everybody else's debt. Some people benefit more from this, some people will benefit less, but the overall society will benefit. And if we cancel people's rent, and cancel people's mortgage payments so the landlords get taken care of too, you know. But anyway, that's a good start, that we cancel the debt. And the debts are held by all kinds of these financial institutions, all different manifestations of it. This Commerce Court here, it's, where am I? It's at Bay and King Street in downtown Kachini, Saskatchewan / Tikaranto. Yeah. So that's where we could start. But then we also have to have redistribution, you know. Everybody can be taken care of. This land provides enough for everybody, but all of the wealth that has been acquired in this land is from indigenous. It's all indigenous land. There's a treaty between the Queen and indigenous nations. The treaty is not between Canada or Toronto or Ontario. The treaty is with the Crown. It was King Street. I mean, it was King, hence the center, the core of this activity is King and Bay, yes. And but now it's the Queen, you know. So at some point we have to talk to the Queen about her financial wizards here and what they're doing to our people in this land. And you know, we need to have a potlatch. We need to have everybody give, you know, have kindness and generosity rule the land for a change, instead of just selfishness and greed. Okay, it's your stoner professor signing out.